From the Feijoada Orchestra there, the news, weather and expat update theme. From me, Carl Munson of expatsportugal.com on the Good Morning Portugal live stream. Just banging the camera there so that I can just put myself better in the picture there. Good morning, how are you? A little bit late this morning, sorry about that. And I had a little bit of a challenge this morning. I set everything up. Oh, hello, Microsoft. I set everything up and it seemed to be fine. And then I couldn't hear myself. I should do the sound check first and then open up all the tabs I need. Because when I restarted the computer to make the sound work, I lost all the tabs that I'd so carefully set up for you. How are you this morning? Let's see who's in this morning. We've got Francis. Francis, we're going to play your show reel because today, here on Consumer Tuesday, we're having a look at a few of the businesses that are in our community and the businesses that we work with. In fact, from Serenity, Michael Averbuk is joining us in the second hour. For those of you who haven't been here for a while, first half hour, 8:30 till 9, news, weather, expat update, and a few hellos, and maybe a bit of this day in Portuguese history. You know, that could happen at any time of the show, but that's thanks to Prof. Eusebio. And then from 9 until 10 is the show that many have become accustomed to. Hundreds of back episodes on the YouTube channel. And thanks to everyone who's become a member recently. Turn me back for a moment and then turn back again to look. And a good little gaggle of you, a good gaggle of gumpers have become YouTube members, as well as becoming premium members over on the expatsportugal.com forum and site as well. So thank you for all your support, everybody. Got a lovely deal for you from Mia. She was busy on Friday, and now we know why, preparing her Black Friday deal for us. And that's the thing about Black Friday, isn't it? Is a lot of us are bar humbugging the Black Friday marketing, consumerism, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hold on a minute. This deal looks quite good. And we've got one of those great deals from Mia that I'll share with you. So from Serenity, Michael Averbuk jumping in, and Mia won't be here. She might tune in, though. She might have a look at what's going on in the comments, I suspect, this morning. And we'll go and have a look at the deal she's offering, slashing her offer for us here at expatsportugal.com if you want a bundle of pretty much all her products, slashed in half if you really want to immerse yourself. Those 15-minute type people like Deborah Davies, 15 minutos, and here she is. Let's find Mia encouraging us, shall we, with the 15 minutes. Francis, we've got your show reel to show today because you're an upstanding member of our community, and of course an incredible entrepreneurial, enterprising fellow over there in Cape Town. And we'd like to show your show reel of the work that you do at the Works Brothers. I think you're literally brother. You work with your brother, don't you? Let us know more about that. There you go. Did you do your 15 minutes of Portuguese? Asks Mia. And if you need some encouragement from Mia, we've got that big time today with a nice special offer from her. It's got to be taken advantage of by midnight tonight. So I'm sorry if you're seeing this on replay and you missed out on the deal. You need to act now, I think, today before the end of the day to take advantage of that. Anybody else got a business idea they want to share? We've got one. I found a way. It is a COVID challenging idea. Allegedly, possibly, maybe, I don't know necessarily, in conjunction with Amazon and Apple. It's the most incredible new technology that's come to the market that we tested last night in Lisbon, whereupon I'm able to socialize without any need for COVID passports, vaccinations, embarrassment, difficulty, even getting out of the armchair. I don't need to go anywhere. We have a new avatar system developed in association, the Thunderduck Corporation, in association with Amazon and Apple, possibly, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's at the bottom of those rumors, but some incredible technology for being able to socialize in these difficult times. And we've got the documentary evidence of that as a business idea from 9 o'clock as well. So let's have a look at some weather. I'm sure there are other, it's one of those mornings when there's so much to bring you. Oh, and everything you're sending me on WhatsApp as well. Maybe we can deal with a bit of that now after we've seen who's in this morning. Yes, Prof. Eusebio's in, James, Elra, Jack. Lovely idea from you, Jack, about supporting Portuguese kids this Christmas. I'll read that message out. Or you may want to reiterate it in the comments now. Maybe you should do that so that it can come to everybody's attention in the comments. Yeah, good morning, James. Deagle's here as well after the teapot disaster in Belfast yesterday. That's all sorted out, I think. And we're being invited around to Deagle's house today as well. Have a look probably around 9 o'clock. Jeff's here as well. Jeff Jackson from the States. Good morning to you. Sarah Exton. Hello, Sarah. How are you? I think that's everybody who's in the comments for the time being, and we'll come to some of those more specifically in a little while. You know how difficult that's becoming, don't you, to cover everybody's comments? But I do my best to include everybody. So let's have a look at the weather, and it's a very mild day here in San Martino de Porto. In fact, I can show you my own photograph out with the dogs this morning, and I know that I've included this and can get this out of the way. But it's a San Martino morning. This is what it looked like this morning. 10 degrees outside at the moment, 18 in the studio, thankfully. But I went out to see this morning. It's like the San Martino Serengeti across there, isn't it? The rising sun, light up Christmas. Doesn't just have to be with Christmas lights. It can be an acknowledgement of the light of the sun. Did you allow yourself, did you take a moment to be blessed by the sun if it's in your sky this morning? Of course it's in your sky, but if it's naked and shining upon you as a righteous person, did you take advantage of that? And did you feel blessed by it? And as I walk around the corner with the dogs, got an even better view like this across the Pampas Plains. Look at that. I felt very blessed by the sunshine this morning, and I share that with you in that spirit as well. So look at that. Sunshine for you wherever you are in the world this morning. So keep sending in those light up Christmas pictures, whether they be sunshine or artificial, man-made light. The important thing is to get that light upon us and light up our spirits this Christmas. And that begins in earnest tomorrow, of course, because it'll be the 1st of December, where it's a proper and appropriate to do so. Sean G's here as well. Look, nice to see you back on Facebook. Only temporarily, Sean. Sadly, I don't like to use Facebook for streaming. I prefer to use YouTube, who are so much better to us, let's face it. Facebook take a lot and give very little in return. Take a lot of your data, don't they? Yeah, it's good. I wouldn't have met Mrs. M if it hadn't been for Facebook. It's not all bad, but I prefer to stream on YouTube, very occasionally streaming out on Facebook. Just see how many of you are there. Yeah, I suppose we do get a few folks tuned in that way, but we do want to encourage you, please come over to YouTube, if you will, and watch the show on YouTube. It's so much better for us as a company than it is on Facebook. And Sunil, hello, nice to meet you. Using that incredible technology yesterday that I was talking about. So we'll come back to you, Thea and Sunil, as well. So the weather, let me just bring the weather onto the screen. Distracting myself again there, didn't I, with the pictures of San Martino de Porto. The weather this morning then in the capital. Let's do it in Fahrenheit this morning, shall we? 59 degrees, the high today. A bit cloudy, as we suggested yesterday, 52 the low. Friday, still looking like a sunny day and maybe a sunny Sunday there in the capital. Porto, 6 degrees and foggy. 14 degrees the high and cloudy, and 6 degrees the low. And you're not going to get any sun in Porto, I don't think, until Sunday, where it will rise to an almighty 13 degrees. Not too bad, though, let's face it, compared to some of the community here, as we're reminded occasionally. Coimbra Central, the heart and soul of Portugal. I think that's true. I think you'll find that's true. 9 degrees with the overcast clouds. Must go to Coimbra soon. Missing that old city. Sunday, the sunny day this week. 17 degrees the high today and 8 degrees the low, and cloudy. Faro, 12 degrees. Is that the highest of the temperatures? Faro has it as the highest of the temperatures. 14 degrees later, though, only the high. Going to be warmer in Coimbra. But broken clouds down in the south, but a sunny day promised in the offing tomorrow. 17-degree high tomorrow, and a very nice looking weekend actually in Faro. Head to the south if you're looking for sun, with 18-degree highs at the weekend. We looked at Aveiro and Beja yesterday. We will look at Braga and Castelo Branco today. 16 degrees the high in Braga. That's not too bad, is it? In the north of Portugal. Good morning to you, Vitor Costa, if you're tuned in. I'm looking forward to speaking to you later on this morning. 16 degrees the high. 7 degrees the low. Rainy this week and a sunny Sunday. Good weather returning, I think, across the country at the weekend. Castelo Branco, 3 chilly degrees, the low in Castelo Branco. And as we head over there towards Spain, España, 13 degrees the high today. And again, Friday and Sunday, sunny days to look forward to in over there in that central part of Portugal, over to the west. Okay, there you go. There's your weather for this morning. Let's see, before we go to the news, let's see what's being said in the comments, shall we? Scrolling up to the top, Bon dia, alegria, from Thunder, who was in early this morning. And thank you, Thunder, for this amazing project that we're working on. And more on that incredible virtual technology, how the pandemic has reshaped our lives, and this might be the solution everyone's been looking for. Bon dia, Carl, they are changing Memrise setup from January 2022. New look, few tweaks, got a message while doing my 15 minutes yesterday. For the better, do you think, Deagle? Let us know. What's your review of that? James is here. Bom dia, Gumpers. Feliz e linda terça a todos. Estudei 15 minutes, 15 minutes yesterday and 10 minutes already today. Well done, James. A man of habit, I would say, don't you think? That's his MO with the learning of the Portuguese. Tenho meu café. He's got his coffee. Vida e boa. So life is good with a coffee in hand there. And Ericeira. Elra's here as well. Good morning, Elra. And what's this, James? Today in Mr. Holly's neighborhood, a quinta, os pintaños saem dos ovos. So hold on a minute. You got some eggs there this morning. Oh, you're singing from your children's book, possibly. Very good. Matty's here. Hola, bom dia, alegria todos de Amsterdam. Not long now, Matty. How long? Let us know. Francis with a bom dia, alegria todos. Show reel coming up from that gifted gentleman. And 30 minutes yesterday. My Portuguese phrase for the day, says James, is estou aprendendo. Aprendendo. I am learning. Estou aprendendo Portuguese. Okay, well done. I am learning. Well done. And the prof is here. Bom dia a todos. Espero que todos estejam queimar as pestanas no português. Okay, a translation to follow. Well done, Debs. Well done, Jack, for your idea. Bom dia, está frio, manhã. Well done. Talking to us in Portuguese. Good stuff, everybody. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Elra, I think, congratulating you. Oh, no, James. Brazilian check there. Brazilian check. Can't be doing that. So back to the drawing board, but don't be crestfallen. You're doing a great job. Well, bom dia, kids from Victoria. How's everyone doing? Let her know. She's not just asking for the sake of it. And let Victoria know how you're doing. Bom dia, Gumpers. Hope you're all well today. Very good here, Sarah. And excellent to talk to you recently. Mandy, bom dia from Baltimore. Hey, Mandy. Sent Jim a message yesterday. Look forward to doing more and seeing you both soon. Of course. And Jeff with a bom dia, alegria todos as well. Someone else said earlier on, bom dia, alegria. Yes, do it. That's a really nice way of relaxing, isn't it? With the bom dia, alegria. Yes, I mean, probably need another jingle, don't we, for that special moment. Thanks so much, brother from another mother, actually from Worthing. Oh, I see. So he's your pal that you work with, that kind. He's from Worthing in Sussex in the UK, by the sound of it. I'm pretty sure if you contact Mia directly and tell her you saw the deal on GMP, that she'd give you the discount. I don't represent her, but do highly recommend her. Okay, I'll put that deal in the straight away so you can have a look for yourself while we're talking. I'll detail it a little bit later. But if you want a humongous discount on Mia's fine body of work, it is now, and you need to cut and paste that to get the deal. And we get a little bit of an affiliate kickback on that to keep the wheels turning at Expats Portugal as well, for full transparency's sake. But it looks like a pretty darn good deal to me. Check it out for yourself. You're a grown-up. You can make decisions for yourself like that. Today in Portuguese history, we forget that, don't we? We live in an age, I think, where we forget that we can take responsibility for our lives and not have to blame other people, get offended, etc., and just take full responsibility for our lives. Of course, we work together and collaborate and get all the best that life has to offer from being good and compassionate to each other. But bottom line, being grown up is not very fashionable. Today in Portuguese history, back to the I'm a fine one to talk on. Back to the 1807 Napoleonic. He wants to keep taking us there. The past pain of Portugal, back to the 1807 Napoleonic invasion of Portugal that chased off the royal family to Brazil. I've got to say, actually, that's not very responsible, is it? We will lead from the front. We are the royal family of Portugal. Actually, no, on second thoughts, let's get on a boat and bugger off to Brazil. Napoleon's here. I mean, come on, that's not the example to set, is it? No wonder it turned to a republic. French General Junot's French-Spanish army occupies Lisbon. Terrible business. What happened there, do we think? Were they resting on their laurels? Were they slacking a bit to allow the French-Spanish invasion into Lisbon at that time, whilst the Portuguese royal family just disappeared to Brazil? Nice to see you back on Facebook, was the message from Sean. Nice to see you too, Sean. Here comes the sun. Let's put that picture up. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. Okay, enough of that. Sorry. And Thea Sunil. Yes, coming back to you, Sunil. Bon dia, on the last day of my first trip to Lisbon, was it good? Finally woke up early enough to catch the show live. Well done. You've obviously had a good time. Big thanks to Thunderduck and his wonderful lady for the warm welcome. Yep, to you, Brenda, from Sunil Elra. Fun fact from Napoleon. There's a fun fact from the Napoleonic invasion, everybody. It wasn't all bad. The damage seen today on the tombs of Don Pedro and and the Queen. What does that D stand for there? So we've got Dom Pedro, and have we not got Reina Inés? Tell me, Elra, what should I be saying there? In Alcobaça was done by the French troops, thinking the monks had hidden treasure inside the tombs. And what an unpleasant surprise they would have had lifting the lid off those. They could kiss the ring of Inés as well, couldn't they? Her gloved hand that Pedro made all the others kiss. A nice little shock for them. Hold on a minute. While you're just digesting that idea, let me just have a quick sip of my tea. Bear with. Yum. I was doing a bit more unpacking. You know how it is. There's my Disneyland mug. Found that yesterday. It's precious to me. Disneyland mug and some tea. I found a little tea caddy with some tea bags in, and we'd run out temporarily. Not having the car at the moment has put a bit of a spanner in the works, but it has meant I've been out on the bicycle and discovered. I discovered the bakery at the weekend locally, Concha Bakery, and I went there again yesterday to get some cakes and some bread, as you do from a bakery, obviously. And they've got a little bijou terrace out the back that I discovered. Portugal, you mysterious maiden, just revealing yourself very slowly. It's not obvious. It might be, I guess, if you're fluent in Portuguese and you can see the signs that say patio out the back. But I can't, and I couldn't, and I was delighted to find that yesterday. Anyway, so nice cup of tea. This is not Egypt, France. Stop damaging our tombs. Quite right. You're not Indiana Jones. Step away from the tombs, please. Ian say, Coach Turner, Bon dia Carly, Torres visiting an indoor strawberry farm tomorrow. So another piece of our business jigsaw falling into place. We'll let you know all about it. Please do, Coach Turner. We're interested in those sorts of ideas here. Bringing together aquaponics, hydroponics, indoor growing, outdoor growing, special lighting, solar lighting. Let's talk about that. Hashtag light up Christmas. He's here. Hola bon dia with an elbow cough. I'm never sure what that means. I'm sure that's an emoji gone wrong. It's not like Owen to elbow cough, is it? So I think that's an emoji that's gone a little bit wrong there. Silly humans. What's that? Opening tombs to look for treasure. Funny bunch, aren't we? But Owen, thank you very much. And thank you for your kind words about my Christmas message, which is now up on YouTube. And you'll get a little preview of the Christmas song from Warren. And he's on it. He's on it again. I said to him, how about, can we have a song it called I Did It in Portuguese? And he's only gone and started that process again. And there's going to be a song to go with this slide here. I Did It in Portuguese. Warren Sharm, look out for that. He, of course, the writer, the incredible lyricist and musician who has written a Christmas song for us. Get a little bit of a preview of that on the YouTube channel. Now, the members got a little bit of a preview. I wanted to see how it went down with the YouTube members. They seem to like it. It's there for everybody now on the YouTube channel. I think it's the most recent upload. Don't go there yet. Stick it in your playlist for later. But a Christmas message and the sentiment with that is light up Christmas. 10 to 9 already. I can't believe this. We're going to have to come back to those comments after we've had a quick scan of the news, aren't we? Let's see. And I go to the Portugal news now. And I'm thinking, okay, what's the COVID coverage? What's going on? Of course, a calamity strikes back tomorrow, the 1st of December, with a change, an upgrading of regulations and restrictions on account of the old Omicron. Seen some very interesting anagrams of that as well. Omicron, is it called Omicron B, which is an anagram of no crimbo? Not here, not on my watch. But here we go. We go to look at the Portugal news, and we're looking for maybe a bit of a pandemic update. What are we seeing? We're seeing some thighs and a world of cheese in front of us. Sorry, Pat, I'm going to have to explain, aren't I, to the... Oh, no, that's an advert. That's my adverts, everybody. Yeah, on the one hand, I'm getting Puma trainers, and I'm also getting what's served up to me by Google is the best way to correct crepey skin. Go away. I'm clicking the little X. You can do that, you see. I'm gonna improve your view there. Oh no, it's serving it. Oh, God knows what's going to come next. So I'm getting teeth implants as well. Obviously, yeah, English teeth. They've obviously got my demographics sorted out, haven't they? And Aldea Azul Living, active aging made easy. Oh, dear, oh dear. That's served up to me and how Google think they know me. A world, stand by for the impotency, whatever offerings coming up any minute. You can laugh at that if you want. A world of cheese they're leading with, and why not? A world of cheese. Let's go there, shall we? I think you know what's going to go on with the new COVID measures. If you don't, ask in the comments and we'll detail that and we can do something on our forum with that. But I'm much more interested in this, I have to say. A world of cheese. According to the National Institute of Statistics, the INE, in 2020, the Portuguese consumed an average of, get this, 13, this is great Consumer Tuesday news, an average of 13.3 kilos of cheese, not per family, not per village, per inhabitant, making it one of the most consumed dairy products in the country. My goodness. I don't know. We haven't quite moved into the age where you have to issue a health warning when you're talking about eating cheese, but it's going to make you a bit gouty possibly, but maybe worth it as well. Portuguese cheese is awesome. In Lisbon, João Silveira Machado opened a cheese concept store, which just used to be called a deli, didn't it, back in the day? And now it's called a cheese concept store named Queijaria Machado. Well, that's a good idea. His name is Machado and it's a cheese shop, so why not? The cheesemonger, blessed are the cheesemongers. He told the Portugal News that the idea of creating the store arose from the idea of a holistic experience in cheeses. I'm going to decode this advert. Sorry, I mean I'm all for people opening up shops and selling cheese. But shall we decode some of this jargon here? The idea of a holistic experience in cheese. I mean, that's a cheese shop, isn't it? That is just another way of saying cheese shop. Following the entire process from the maturation of the product to its sale. I get what he's trying to do here, and I support it wholly in a holistic way, as he is. Tasting and harmonizations to the study of cheese theme. That one is possibly lost a little bit in translation, but you get the gist of this. Go there, try cheese, eat cheese, buy cheese. That's basically what could be said of this place. The store that, according to the organization of the World Cheese Award, Guild of Fine Food, is a pioneer in the creation of stores that relate solely to cheese, without an E in this particular sentence. It offers a vast variety of products, as you would hope. I bet there's crackers, there's butter, there's chutney, there's butter knives, there's cheese storage devices. They got it going on, obviously, here. So the visitors to the store can find Portuguese and international cheeses. Very good, because some people do miss their cheese from back home, don't they? And they're looking down the back of the sofa to see if they, just in case, they brought a little bit with them. One of the most diverse varieties. Oh, of the most diverse varieties. Very good. I wonder if they got that maggoty one. João Silveira Machado has about 100 varieties that rotate, not literally, according to... I mean, that'd be quite a good idea, wouldn't it, to have spinning cheeses? I'm sure that would excite the buyer to fever pitch. To the level of stock. To the Portugal News, the cheesemonger revealed that the buttery Serra da Estrela cheese made from sheep's milk deserves special attention for being Portuguese and one of the best in the world. There's no question about that. The Serra da Estrela cheese, if you're looking for a cheesy tip, there we go. That's for you. Visitors to the Queijaria Machado can enjoy... Okay, I'm glad I'm not sharing a screen with Garvo, talking of cheesy tips. Visitors to the Queijaria Machado can enjoy different types of experiences. I'm almost giggling and he's not even here. Visitors can explore the affinage room where cheeses are aged. Yes, I mean, I guess it's true to say that everything in the world, wherever it is being aged as we speak. But this must be a special affinage process. It is also possible to... We're all aging, aren't we? It is also possible, and that's why they keep sending me these adverts on Google. It is also possible to taste cheese harmonized with other elements. Alchemy. Alchemy. They've all got it in cheesy alchemy there. As a store, there is the opportunity to buy some products. Oh, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? Let's not forget that it's a shop and you might want to buy something. However, those who are most curious in the area can receive a level 1 cheese training diploma. This is getting better and better, isn't it? João was one of the 2 Portuguese guests invited to be a judge at the World Cheese Awards. I bet that's good fun, isn't it? Can you imagine the after party? The evening's entertainment at the World Cheese Awards. Who are they going to have? As the entertainment at the World Cheese Awards? I will open the floor to you for your suggestions. With Eurythmics, obviously doing their classic number. Sweet dreams are made of who am I to disagree, etc., etc. So who else do you want to see at the World Cheese Awards after party? The competition where the best cheeses in the world are highlighted. This year it took place in Oviedo in Spain, or Oviedo. During the competition, more than 4,000 cheeses. That place must have had to open the window at some point, right? More than 4,000 cheeses from all over the world are tested. And then you've got to have some indigestion cure standing by. Can you imagine being a cheese judge? And 4,000 cheeses get tested in there. I mean, you're going to need a glass of water. You're going to need breath fresheners. You're going to need indigestion tablets. And maybe the St. John's ambulance standing by. The winning cheese of 2021 is produced in Spain from goat's milk under the name Olavidia, made by Quesos y Bezos. Is that Jeff as well getting in on the action there? The invitation to join the panel of judges was unexpected since Joao's business has only been in existence for 2 years. So well done, Joao. Queijaria Machado, remember where you heard it first. Thanks to the Portugal News, of course, opens from Tuesday to Friday from 10:30 to 7 p.m. So you can get on the way home, you can pop in there and taste and pick up some cheese. On Saturday, the space opens at 10:30, but it closes at 1 p.m. On a Saturday, that seems a bit of a consumer error there to me. To enjoy a tasting experience, visitors may book and enjoy it from 7:30 p.m. Oh, okay. So you can go there for a Saturday night of cheesy fun from 7:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Queijaria Machado may be found on the Rua Vitor Cordon, number 43, in Lisboa. There you go. I think that's probably enough news, isn't it, as we come up to 9 o'clock? That's all we need to know, isn't it, from the news this morning? I think, in fact, that's all we've got time for, because I'm missing out on the facts and comments that are coming in via the chat here, including talk of blue skies in Castaneo de Pera, banana slug world land speed records. We're going to Austin, Texas. There's all sorts going on in the chat. So we'll be right back. I think I'm going to play my theme tune a bit early. That's never happened before, has it? But I hope you enjoyed that cheesy news. And we will be right back after this, after I've drunk the rest of my tea. That's why I do this. That's why I play the tune at 9, so I can blow my nose and have a cup of tea. Here you go. Stand by. I'll see you after this. That needs some sunshine in it, doesn't it? That Barcelos cockerel there has a lingering pause just before we begin. Our second hour, 9 until 10 this morning. We're carrying on with the theme of Consumer Tuesday. Michael Averbook joining us. Excuse me, I drank that tea rather too quickly. Makeup, can you come and dab my forehead, please? He cried out in vain. Yes, Michael Averbook from Serenity will be here. Those mediators between yourself and the Portuguese health system. I think people really like that idea, and it's a very good little premium that you have to pay for that. A small charge for a big lot of service. Michael will tell us more when he joined us around 9:30, and that massive offer from Mia as well. Yes, so those of you who think, phew, we haven't spent too much time being quizzed about how much Portuguese we're learning. Have we done 15 minutes? I'm going to ask you again, have you done your 15 minutes? Some of you proudly have. Others are sort of, I'm glad he didn't ask me that, lingering at the back of the class. So how's everybody else doing? People who haven't spoken before about their comprehension and learning of Portuguese, please let us know how you're doing. It's not a judgment thing. It's just an encouragement thing. Let us know. So silly humors, I like that. You got to love them though, haven't you? It's true. We are very silly, aren't we, at times? And we're also awesome and magnificent. And we need love and compassion and support, even the silly ones, to make them less silly, perhaps. And that is all of us at some time, isn't it? Last night, with Pantomime Carl. Oh, no, you didn't. So let's do this, shall we, after a couple of comments. We've got to talk about Thunder Duck Enterprises and this new idea for being able to have a safe time in the pandemic and go anywhere you want in the world. Incredible technology, the likes of which I'm sure will have, if they're not already involved in this in the back of the scheme, Apple, Amazon, Google, they're all going to want a piece of this action. So me and Thunderduck, I think if I can claim a little bit of this, because it is my image that's being used, Thunderduck, we will be, we're going to be rich, mate, this time next year, Rodney. We are going to be very wealthy with this idea, and everybody's going to want one of these so that they can travel safely and without any kind of restrictions whatsoever. Don't have to worry about vaccinations, COVID passports. And we can vaccinate the thing if you want. It's up to you. But it's such a safe way to experience the world that we are developing here. So hello to Thea back in Austin, Texas. Hello, Thea. I'll be home tomorrow. Put the kettle on, or whatever it is Americans do. What do you say? Honey, I'll be home soon. Get the coffee pot on, maybe. Or put on the grits and biscuits. Is that... Just goes to show how little I know about such things. Sat here in Castanera. Hello, Gary. Eating my breakfast outside in clear blue skies. Maybe are you going to join us tomorrow night, Wednesday night at Caravella? I wonder. Maybe that's the time to organise your visit, mate. Interesting facts about the banana slug is that its average speed is 0.3 kilometers per hour, making it one of the slowest animals on the planet. Now, it just so happens that one of the fastest slugs on the planet, I think I can show you a picture of it right here. Or did I delete it? No, I've deleted it. That's not good. I wonder if I can find that again, because I downloaded it recently. And here it is. I found it again. This is probably the fastest slug with its leopard skin finish. Is it a cheetah or a leopard? I think that's one of the fastest, and it's a predatory a parasite-eating slug as well. Eats other slugs, I think. So I wonder who would win in a fight. Not that I'm encouraging such behavior, the slug fighting. No, I wouldn't do that. That would be cruel and offensive. But I think the old leopard slug would win against the banana slug, certainly in a time trial, and maybe even in a brutal battle to the end. I've been called slow at times, but I think it was more about my thinking. Considerate. Let's reframe that as considerate. Antonio F is here. Bon dia, Chris. I'm sorry, I think I missed out on the Faija de Jazz Funk Dia. Sorry, let me get that right. Le Bon Dia. The Faija de Jazz Funk do Dia. There you go. It's Pieces of a Dream, Warm Weather. Oh, what a joy that is. What a sonic and aural joy that is. It's almost like a jazz funk chill out zone after party vibe listening to this track. Super Gumpers, enjoy. Thank you for that, Chris. And feel free to reiterate yesterday's. And Matty, 5 more days of work, 5 more days of sorrow, 5 more days at this old dump. And I'll be in Portugal, not quite tomorrow, but quite soon. Then a quick drive to Germany for an ID card and travel passport renewal. And then all steam to moving. Well done, mate. Coming on nicely. Oh, studying hard is Kimar As Peshtanas. Thank you very much for that, Antonio F. That's not just for me, that's everybody picking up the lingo here. How's your lingo coming on, Jacqueline Brown? Good morning, rejoicing. Oh, in the beautiful and cold morning, alive is good. Alive is good, definitely. Thank you for that reminder there, Jacqueline. Alive is good, everybody. Remember that. Bom dia. Gosto estar aqui com todos. Stay safe. You like being here with everybody, says Laura P. And I'm glad we sorted that little business out yesterday, Laura P. And I'm always happy to pick up on any concerns people have and deal with them. I think we did so admirably yesterday, you, me, and the doc. Cold for Susan Taxi there in Finland. How's it going over there? João F. here. Bom dia todos, meus caros. Good morning, João F. How are you? Bom dia from Maria José Fernandes as well. Good morning to you, Maria. How are you? Tudo bem? Como estás? And there's the link for Mia's thing. We've got a lot to get through before Michael comes. So maybe I should do the this special innovation from Thunderduck Enterprises. We're going to actually, what we'll do is, we'll finish. We'll visit Deagle's house for Christmas before we go out today. Just some very quick pictures from Michael Whitby. Look at these autumnal colours in Portugal. Very beautiful. Thank you for those. And this lovely landscape. Let me find out what you say about these, Michael. That looks so much like the Bairrada region. I wonder if it is. WhatsApp, a bit slow for me opening up, Michael, but just savor that, folks. You can see the sunshine on there. We're lighting up Christmas. We're lighting up the landscape, and what a beautiful picture that is. And I'm going to have to come back to that to tell you where that is, because WhatsApp has failed me on this occasion. But I'm sure it'll be back soon. Don't worry about that. Okay, so thank you very much, Michael, for those beautiful pictures. Go to Deagles at the end of the show, lighting up Christmas as we are. And if I forget, overlook any of your pictures that you're sending in for Christmas, you must remind me. Okay, a lot of things come into my big sack here of mail and pictures and videos and stuff. So you let me know. So the idea then, this wonderful idea from Thunderduck Enterprises, this very safe way of being in society, in the world, no vaccination required, no digital passports, testing or anything like that required, operate in the world without any of that. With this new, we haven't come up with a name for it yet. Oh, and we've got France's showreel to share as well. We will do that in the second part of this hour as well. So Mia's offer, France's showreel. You may have to remind me, Michael at 9:30. We'll find out where Michael Whitby's photographs came from. And this new innovation here, okay? I was able to go out for a drink yesterday. Look at how they do this. This incredible technology. People have been working on this. Boffins have been working on this. And finally, I'm able to drink without drinking as well. That's another one of the benefits I haven't mentioned yet. I can go out for a drink without actually breaking my alcohol fast. There's me enjoying myself in Lisbon yesterday. And with a lovely group of people. We managed to have a drink together, hanging out there. How lovely is this? Hold on a minute. I do need to restart WhatsApp to give you the full benefit of what's going on here. Has my phone stopped as well? That's the problem. Somebody was telling me, weren't they, that you can connect a WhatsApp on your desktop without all this scanning malarkey. So maybe that's what I need to do at some point. And let me see if I can bring that up. But anyway, we'll come back and we'll give a shout out to everybody who's been in all the pictures this morning. But there's Sunil who you saw earlier in the comments earlier on the right of your picture. Thunder and Brenda as well, and forgive me, Jay and sorry, I've forgotten your name, and that's what I was looking into WhatsApp for. Help me out here, Thunder, so I can do a proper name check and also find out, did you have fish and chips there in Lisbon? So forgive me, that lovely lady there whose name I have temporarily forgotten, but we'll give her extra shout outs a little bit later on. There we go. I've moved around to a different side of the bar now. Really enjoying myself in Lisbon there. Got my Santa hat on. There's a range of outfits as well that goes with it. You don't have to have the Santa hat, but obviously that's the right thing to do for this time of year. Pop outside, go enjoy Lisbon a little bit, and then down the street, seeing the Christmas lights. That guy is amazed. Could you see the guy on the right of the screen there? He's absolutely amazed by what's going on, stunned by this new technology, how it's so natural. He just can't believe his eyes. Can you see the look on his face there? And then in the what's that called? Praça Comercial, isn't it? Down there in the downtown by the river of Lisbon. Really enjoying myself. And a final picture there with Thunderduck and Brenda. Really enjoying. I'm getting a bit tired at that point, and they're having to carry me everywhere. Very good of both of them to do that. So that technology, quite extraordinary here on Consumer Tuesday. Go anywhere you like in Portugal, in Lisbon, anywhere in the world, in fact, with this new offering from Thunderduck Enterprises here on Consumer Tuesday. Sharing that with you, sharing that with the world, and still waiting for what's a better technology than WhatsApp is. But I'm still trying, okay? So we were very trying, some might say. Okay, I'm going to come back to some of your comments, see what the reception was like for that fantastic idea there. Lots of comments are coming, I wonder. The Christmas tree in Praça do Comércio Terreiro do Passo there. Yes, thank you very much. I remembered in the end there, Antonio F. That guy in the picture looks like... He sees you, though. Exactly. He was stunned by the technology. And thank you very much, Diane. I'm so sorry. So that was Thunder, Mrs. Thunder, or Mrs. Duck. Yes. Jay, Diane, lots of love to you this morning, and Sunil of Thea and Sunil there. Jay and Diane, I think you've had a great time here, have you not? Or continuing to. Looking forward to your report. Okay. Those were vegan fish and chips. What? In the picture there. Hold on a minute. I need to have another look at those. So vegan fish and chips in the picture. Everybody seems to have them there. Very good. Nice big bowl full as well. What is vegan fish made of, Thunder? I am keen to know. You're back on Facebook, says Susan. Really missed the GMP Morning Show. Please subscribe on YouTube, Susan. That is the way to do it. Michelle is here as well. Bon dia, Carl, and everyone. Hello, Michelle. Rebel Mama. Hold on a minute. What's this? It seems like a good story, sort of historical fiction. What? I've missed out on a few things here. I've got to scroll all the way back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my act together whilst I play to you. I mean, it's innovation all the way this morning, isn't it? After Thunderduck Enterprises there. What are we going to call that? What are we going to call that? It's kind of Second Life sort of stuff, isn't it? Avatar. We've got to get the word avatar in there somewhere. The Gumper Avatar, the Gavatar that we are going to unleash on the world in the new year. And me and Thunder are going to be very, very wealthy, I think, by this time next year with that incredible idea. Anyone watch Gloria on Netflix? Just yeah. Oh, okay. That was what the connection was. And I think a few of you have. So let me just play for you now. And we're going to go to Francis's showreel. Talent being shared this morning here on the Good Morning Portugal show. If you haven't talked about your business yet, you must. It's Consumer Tuesday. We're talking about Mia. We're talking about Serenity. We may have a look at some of the other businesses we work with at expatsportugal.com. But it's also about you, this community, and what you're doing, okay? Including, look at this work from Francis here. Check it out.
Well, I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see. It looks something like this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
OMG. I'm pretty good at that stuff, aren't they? Wow. That was incredible, Francis. Really, really special, that. And forgive me, Portugal. Forgive me, Expats Portugal. I just wanted to move to South Africa for a moment. That's incredible. But that's how a good promo video should get you, right? I can't wait till you make your Portuguese films. I mean, it's so photogenic here, as you know, clearly South Africa is. But that is a masterpiece, which I suspect might get me struck off YouTube. I don't know how much copyright stuff was on there, but worth playing, Francis. That is extraordinary, mate. You're very talented, you and your colleagues there at the Works Brothers. Really, really very good. Is that someone's work reel? Nice editing. Absolutely right. It makes me feel a little bit inadequate when I look at my stuff on We Video, which is a terrible name for a video editing idea, isn't it? We Video. But anyway, it certainly is. That's Francis Gersbach, who you see here, and one of the stars of the massive Movember Man Chat panel last week. A great part of his community here, obviously. You know him. He moves among us. Awesome video, excellent production skills. We can't wait to have them here in Portugal, Francis. Are you going to? I hope you're going to continue to keep doing your work here, and I can't wait to see some vids with Portugal as the backdrop. Good work, Francis, from Antonio F as well. All right, I'm so glad to have shared that. Sharing work from all of you here. Let us know what you do in the comments. In your work life. It's Consumer Tuesday. We've got to look after each other, of course. And let me bring to the screen now somebody else from our community and one of our collaborators, Mia, the lady who asks you with this face, have you done your 15 minutes? It was enough to get it's a face that launched 1,000 ships of learning, wasn't it? I think that particular expression she's pulling there for us. Did you do your 15 minutes of Portuguese? Well, did you? And she's got a great offer for us. So I'm going to bring that onto the screen for you now, just detail it a little bit for you. I'm still recovering from that incredible audio-visual feast from Francis there. This is the AIO, the all-in-one Portuguese course, of course, from Mia, the course, of course. Counting down. Look at this. Yes, she wants you to buy this before the end of the day today, basically, looking at that timing there. Yeah. Stop that, Mia, counting down our lives like that. But anyway, I mean, the bottom line, if we cut straight to that, 50% off the original price, it's well over a grand's worth of course content material valued at $1,228.77 for 614. So it's still a big investment, but look at the value you get. It's basically, I think, 500 plus tax, isn't it? We'll find out in just a moment. This is the complete course where you'll be taken from zero, from a standing start to fluency level B2, which is what you're going to need, by following a step-by-step guide that will give you the right tasks and strategies to follow each day for 6 months. So it's a 6-month plan. Stop going through unorganized videos on YouTube. Yeah, that does happen, doesn't it? Or other language apps and courses where you're left wondering whether you're following the right path or not when you don't see results. I think we've all been there. Save time and reach your language goals. Okay, and you can imagine what is being said here. Much more of that sort of a copy to focus you into learning Portuguese in 6 months, basically. If that's what you want to do, you know what to do here and get a bit of a bargain. You're not alone. In fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger is also in a similar condition here, on the verge of giving up. But no, Mia understands that condition. I can 100% relate to where you're at now. She too, she's a very learned linguist. Polyglot, I think is the right word, isn't it? And she tells you a bit about her background. If you want to look at that, I'm going to put the link in the comments again. But it's 50% off, basically. And you get all of these. You get the master course, the European Portuguese speech course. You get story time. Are you ready? Gather round. Do not give up. Language Learning 101. 6 months roadmap to fluency. Dialogues with audio, student community, lifetime access, and email support with Mia. And the Portuguese first aid kit. Not literally. It's words and expressions, not like Band-Aids and colloidal silver or whatever, an arnica. Although that she should think about that as well. What is the homeopathic remedy to help you learn languages, I wonder? A little extract of tongue or something like that. Portuguese holiday package as well. That's an exclusive bonus. And then it's around $1,300 apparently. Oh, this is dollars. Okay. So regular price would be $999 with tax, and the special offer, the Black Friday deal that she's got, is $499. Okay, $499 plus tax, which comes out as $614.38 if you're feeling daring, and it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee there. Let me pop that, and there's a few testimonials if you want to see if you're in the right department, working with people of a similar wavelength, find out what they've learned about it. And I think you know Mia. If you've been watching Good Morning Portugal for a while, you will know and trust Mia, no doubt. So there you go. Thank you, Mia, for sharing that with us, such that we can share it with other people. And I'm going to put that again in the comments in the chat right now. Please cut and paste the actual code to get the discount, and we get a little bit of an affiliate kickback on there. Okay, and let me see what you are saying in the chat this morning. Are you liking the Gumper avatar, the Gavatar we're going to go with for the moment? Working title. It can change, of course, and especially with your advice this morning. Slug race, slug race. Slug racing. Carl, does playing your tune early happen more as you get older? I find it's the opposite. Actually, I don't mean to boast, but I find it's the opposite, Stephen. One of the many benefits I'm discovering of aging, as we all are. Keep your cheesy jokes to yourself, Carl. Okay, so some cheesy talk here. Wensleydale Gromit. Hell yeah, cheese. Hold on, I'm way behind the times here. I can see Pam's in the house as well. Hold on a minute. So we were cold in Finland, weren't we? Ubi turned up, and Pam's here as well at a bon dia. And Antonio F. Okay, as far as I know, Portugal is the only empire that changed its capital to another continent. Wow. So they took the capital with them, kind of, when they left. That's pretty poor, isn't it? That the royal family didn't, stand to the front of the country and say, no, not here, Napoleon. But they just disappeared to Brazil. Boo, poor. Obrigado, Carl, for your great rendition of Here Comes the Sun. Well, that's one way of referring to it, a rendition. Isn't that what they do to prisoners? Carl, sorry, D is male for Dom, and female is Donna. Okay, of course it is. I knew that, but just couldn't call it to mind in the heat of the moment. Okay, your Portuguese is getting better in the eyes of everyone. There you go. That's great. So, Português melhora a olhos vistos. Very good. From João F to James, getting some encouragement there. That's wonderful. Thanks, João F. The royal family moved to the capital of Portugal there you go, to Rio de Janeiro in 1808. It's what you can do if you're a royal family, isn't it? How would you get on with that, like as a mere mortal? I wonder if I can move London here. Probably not. BBC is playing the arts segment broadcast on my US NPR station. They're in Lisboa. Okay. That's interesting. So Ubi is being treated to a bit of BBC without having to pay without having the license extorted out of you. Very good. Bon dia, Carl. Just had my cold shower and clapping session. Well, good for you, St. Catherine. Who else did that this morning? Who else is bonkers enough to do that? Ubi omenum, does anyone know if... She can explain, don't worry. Ubi omenum, does anyone know if paper vaccine proof is sufficient for entry into Portugal? I'm always reading about digital proof, which I take a photo of it, then that's digital proof. Maybe. Just kidding. I don't know. Which I'll only have if I photo my card with my smartphone. But I know there's an ongoing conversation about this in the forum. Go to the forum about the digital passport stuff, digital proof. Okay, there's an ongoing active conversation about that on the forum at the moment, which I'm no doubt is being updated by people who are experiencing it at the front line. That's who you need to speak to. People who've been through to the restaurants, who've been to the cafes, the bars, the airport, been through customs, etc., etc. They'll tell you what their experience was. That's the beauty of our forum. Moving the royal Portuguese family and the whole court to Rio de Janeiro, making it the new capital city of Portugal, was a decision made with the support of England. Oh, okay. I feel some sense of responsibility there with that. I wonder what was in it for them. Okay, well, let's leave Napoleon and the Spanish to Portugal. Brazil looks good. Let's go see what we can borrow from Brazil now. I imagine it was what the English thinking was at the time. Forgive me for being a little bit historically cynical there. Okay, so Thea and Sunil, they accepted my paper US COVID card for entry last week for this trip. Thank you, Sunil. That is such good news and information. Nuno is here next Tuesday, of course. Good morning, all. Hello, mate. How are you? With a thumbs up there in the YouTube profile pic. How are you? Carl, it was strategically seen as a way of claiming that Napoleon was unable to invade Portugal, since the European part of the country would represent only a tiny bit of the whole kingdom. Yes, take that, Napoleon, in a twist of messing with your mind there geographically. Pretty good, though. Quite a nice little tactic. Make me some strong cheddar, says Deborah Davis. How do you like your cheese in the morning? Sweet cheeses, says Francis, the man behind that incredible video we just showed. And from João, if in order to just flee from the French, they could simply have gone to England, that would have been much easier, wouldn't it? And we'd have given them a warm welcome. We'd have given them a nice cup of tea when they arrived. And a toilet. after all that cheese, no matter how lactose tolerant you are. Well, thank you, James, for that, for lowering the tone. I'm perfectly capable of doing that on my own. Thank you very much. Theo and Suna, thanks very much. Did they give you any difficulty? Hello, Microsoft. Just letting their presence be felt, Microsoft, never far, like rats in a sewer, never more than 12 feet away from you. That's Microsoft, right? Deagle, just listening now, had to do a school run drop, bar age 20 to university, studying to be a teacher. We'll catch up on the first 30 minutes later. Well done, Deagle. We're going to go to your house in a bit. Look at your lovely Christmas lights. Carl, does playing your tune early? No, we've done that. And I could actually ask Michael as a doctor, if he understands that metaphor, as does playing your tune early happen more as you get older? How rude. And James singing along there, I think, with emojis. So Thea and Sunil, cool. Conversely, is it okay if the negative vaccine test is digital? I think mine will simply be an email from Newark City MD. I suspect it looks like that might suffice. I will come back to your lovely comments and inputs and more about whether that it will suffice, Ubi, in a little while, because Michael Averbook is here. Good morning to you. I do beg your pardon, Michael. Is it Ava or Ava?
Averbook, how are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you, sir? Como estás?
Tudo bem com vocês, senhoras e senhores?
Muito bem. And well, we're all doing great here. The Gumpers of the Good Morning Portugal show, and we've been here since 8:30, having a great morning so far, even on a Tuesday, even on a cold Tuesday in Portugal. How's the weather where you are? Are you in the capital?
Actually, I'm in Lisbon. Yeah, it's much better
well,
than the last couple of days. So we're good here.
Excellent. Yeah, good to hear it. So you're from Serenity, of course. We had a wonderful webinar with you where you explained the benefits of Serenity. Might you do that again for us, for those who weren't able to see the webinar? What's Serenity all about, sir?
Absolutely. So first of all, good morning, everyone. Whatever, if it's cold, warm, Algarve, Porto, Lisbon. Yeah, and thank you for having me again, Carl. It's a pleasure, always pleasure talking to you and your audience. Serenity. Well, Serenity is all about improving your ability to walk through the local system of health from actually both aspects. The first one is the bureaucracy and the admin processes that always come along with actually everything you meet in Portugal, right? But when it's about your health and an acute or urgent problem, you don't have enough time to wait for resolutions. You need resolutions and solutions immediately. So this is where we come handy. And the second is clinical case management. What we understand, and many expats actually in Portugal understand that pretty much as well, specifically coming from the US, is that many times, unless really it's a common flu, you got a bit of a fever, runny nose, and it comes and goes away in 3 days. But otherwise, many times if you have a symptom or you have something that needs to be investigated and then diagnosed and then treated, you would need a helping hand. You would surely need a helping hand when you're foreign in a country and you, although having a very good coverage with your insurance, you don't necessarily know how to properly use your insurance. And this is what Serenity does. Actually, we do this patient advocacy and clinical case management for all of our clients. When it comes to expats, it's specifically important because, as I said before, and I will only emphasize it again, having your medical insurance, which is obligatory, right? Everybody of us has, myself, you as an expat, everybody has a very nice coverage with insurances. You have this card and everybody's happy. The thing is that this card is a financial enabler. This is the fuel in your car. But if you want to know how to use this fuel properly and not run out of fuel in the middle of the way, meaning staying without an insurance coverage because you just went to the wrong physician several times, etc. If you want Waze in your car, you should only call one number. This is the number of Serenity, and we will take it from there with you, according with your insurance, helping you to understand where to go first, where to go next, helping you to save money and time, going to the write the most adequate physician on the first visit and not on the 10th visit of yours to the medical system, already with a pre-diagnosed condition, already with the necessary exams, etc., etc. This is what Serenity does.
I mean, in some ways, to extend your analogy of the vehicle, I mean, you're more than a sat nav, really. You're like a co-pilot, aren't you, in many ways?
Many times we are the first officer, yeah, a co-pilot, or even the captain.
Yes.
Or even the captain, you know, really, because you sometimes, look, again, if it's a common cold, everybody knows what to do. You take a paracetamol, you take an ibuprofen, and it will go away in a day. In the worst case scenario, in 3 days. And yet, not all of us are physicians nor nurses, whatever. And when it comes to be something a bit more serious, I personally would like, well, I'm a medical doctor, so I'm fixed, right? But if one of my relatives, even my parents that are abroad, they're not here with me, if I can't support them, literally, physically, take them by the hand, I would rather have somebody do it on my behalf. And specifically, if you have no knowledge of the system, of medicine, whatever, I would rather give someone the responsibility to guide me through it.
Yes.
It's like, you know, you said a co-pilot, whatever. Yeah, in the airplane, none of us can fly a plane, or maybe some of us can. But I would rather have a nice captain over there sitting in the cockpit, right?
Yeah, let's leave it to the experts.
Exactly.
Okay, brilliant.
So that's
people
the
must.
idea.
But it's a great idea, and people, you know, it's a missing link, really, isn't it? Because, as you say, people are required, certainly in the first part of their residency, or as part of the residency conditions, to have medical insurance. And when they become resident, of course, they can use the health system in Portugal. Right. But either way, it's really good to have a Sherpa or a mentor or a guide in that process, and someone, especially if you're not, you know, that's in the best of times. But if you're feeling poorly and compromised, you're going to really want to lean on someone and have somebody's help. Now, people are going to be thinking, this must cost a fortune for all this help from Serenity. That's not true, is it?
No, that's the best part of it, right? If one's paying, I don't know, I mean, people have different insurances, right? But if one is paying 100, 150 euros per month for a good, decent coverage, because this is what it costs, unless you're 20, healthy and happy. Yes. So the services of Serenity are a tiny percentage of it. It will be more or less around 10 or less % of your monthly fee, meaning we're talking about 10, 11, 8 euros per month. This is absolutely nothing compared to the value that you will have if you need us. Absolutely. Again, remember that, people, there's only one single phone number that you will have to call if something bothers you in terms of health. That's it. You ain't gonna be looking on Dr. Google. You're not gonna look for the closest clinic and then to understand if this suits you or is it the appropriate physician for your clinical condition. You'll call only one number and we'll take it from there.
Totally get it. Thanks, I'm sold. You'll have some of that. And we have the number there, don't we? 930-422-191. Is that the correct one that I can give out for people subscribing?
Absolutely so. They can call and we will be happy to answer and provide more information and explain again. And not only that, actually, you know, we had after the webinar that we had, which was quite interesting for me to attend and to answer questions. We had a lot of people calling us and asking for the proper insurance coverage. So this as well can serve quite a lot of people. We're not a broker. We're not an insurance company. Hence, we're absolutely unbiased. The only thing we do is actually provide the guidance and the explanation for people. What is it that they have to look for when looking for an insurance? Yes. We have seen quite a large number of people having an insurance because, as you mentioned, every one of us has to have an insurance to be legal here. But then some people just buy insurance, the first one that they find. It's relatively cheap. It's appealing. let's just buy it. Normally, what happens is that people receive the proposal and then the policy in Portuguese. And not everyone can really read through it. And then you end up with an insurance that is not the proper coverage, to say the least.
Yeah.
So this is another type of guidance that we can provide, just to say to people and to explain to them, again, the system, how to walk through this system, what are the pitfalls, take care of not falling into those. Some of the pitfalls are quite deep, and then you can just look for the proper product. Anyway, we're here, yeah. So
Yes,
this
brilliant.
is the number.
Look at this, though, Michael. Hell, we Portuguese could use some help ourselves in guiding us through the jungle of Portuguese.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Joao.
Could Joao, as a Portuguese person, it's not just for expats, it's for anybody.
Of course, no, it's for everyone. It's for everyone. We're absolutely not discriminating expats from Portuguese. On the contrary, we're here for everyone. And I do think that many Portuguese would need that as well. Specifically, because they're unfamiliar with this service, and they would find it quite surprising how useful is it, even within the system that you know.
Well, that is some serious peace of mind there. And the other question that came up on the webinar, of course, is we could do with this in America. We could do with this, in other countries. You're not there yet, are you? We're starting here in Portugal, and you started last year, I believe.
Well, we started only this year, the beginning of 2021. And we're putting much more emphasis on case management right now, because we understood that the demand and the need is quite larger than we preliminary thought. But yeah, there is a need for such in other countries. In the States, it's pretty common. It actually makes it a large part or an integral part of any insurance coverage that you have. In Europe, it's quite lagging behind. I come from Israel. Israel is a country the same size of Portugal, like around 10 million people. And Israel has 7 companies dealing with case management, actually. The same size of population as Portugal. In Portugal, there are none. So we are pioneering this field. And hopefully, if we succeed here, we will look for sure in at neighboring countries, Spain.
Well, I wish you luck.
Sounds like a great. Thank you so very much.
And probably the UK before long, because they're slowly privatizing the health system over there.
UK might be as well, yeah.
Yeah, of course, for better or for worse. Okay, and just before you go, I know you're a busy man, and you've got that wonderful team there in Lisbon. What do you make of the current change? This new Omicron. Are you calling it Omicron? Omicron?
Omicron. I didn't get used to it, yet.
We're all getting used to it.
It's an interesting development. Actually, interesting, but pretty much expected. When you have so large population still being unvaccinated, specifically, by the way, Africa, it's like a slap in the face of the Western world. If to be honest, at the end of the day, you have a huge continent, quite immense amount of people that are not vaccinated, because whatever it is, or vaccinated very poorly, very partially. It's only natural that a variant will emerge. And the question is today, what about it? Scientifically speaking, the fact that this variant has more than 30, 35, 50, whatever mutations on the spike protein is a big red flag, because that means that it probably might be able to escape both the vaccines and the immune system. This is, in theory, scientifically speaking. Practically, what's going on in the world is the following. The South African authorities say that, there is a new variant, but we haven't seen a more serious disease. They have seen much more people being infected. But the disease, at least to the extent of this first 2 weeks or so doesn't seem to be much more serious on one hand. On the other hand, again, as the science speaks, everybody is pretty panicking, and the precaution measures are quite extreme in several countries. There are much more limitations, much more precaution. There's quarantine again for travelers, etc., etc., etc. So it's this first response that might be maybe a bit overwhelming, a bit too much. But I don't think that that we can judge at this time either does it really, like, is it really necessary, or are we doing too much? So I believe that we'll be much smarter in a week or so after seeing how clinically that
We always
evolves.
are, aren't we? We're always smarter.
Yeah, that's the problem. We are always smarter.
Well,
than
hopefully.
the past. No, but the precautions make sense, And again, you can judge countries being too extreme or too light, but nobody really knows. So.
No one really knows, absolutely. And I guess you're glad you're working in serenity and you're not a public health official having to make these difficult decisions.
Yeah, I mean, look, decisions are always tough to make, but when you make it, you need to base it on some again, scientific facts and epidemiological facts, and if you do so, you can't go wrong. I mean, making a decision. Then you have to be always flexible enough to change your decision and to adjust to the evolving reality.
Yes.
And this is where, in my perspective, it's always science and good decisions. They become bad decisions when it starts to be mixed with politics and the intrigues and whatever. Yes. Yeah, but it is what it is,
It is what it is right now in this world.
When it becomes a political decision, then it goes rotten.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm happy I'm not there.
I can tell. So, Michael, always interesting and good to talk to you. And I'm sure we'll do this again. I'm hoping that somebody, either you or somebody from our team, will join us once a month just to give us a little bit of a medical insight. So we look forward to seeing you or somebody from your team soon. Great.
Thank you so much, Carl, for having me again. Thank you all. Have a pleasant day.
All right. Love to the team there. Have a great day in Lisbon. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Right for now. Okay, there you go. Serenity there. The number, that's the Portugal code in the front. If you're here, you only need 930-422-191. Mention that you heard about us or you heard about them through us. Not that it will get you a further discount, because that would be very cheeky. Somebody did actually ask that on our webinar. Can we get a further discount on the €8 or whatever it is? And we did ask. I did ask him, but it just did seem a little bit mean. But it's nice to know, I think, for them that our community is in support of their product. So if that's for you, there's the number to call, and you can find them on our business directory as well as you can. So many other businesses and perks and discounts that we bring for you. That's the benefits of being a member of expatsportugal.com. If you're not, why not? Come on, premium membership for a mere €47 for the year, and considering a rise in that, because I think we give a whole lot of value for that a small amount per year. I think, let me know. Let me just take a quick poll in the chat. Do you think €47 is good value, everybody? Let me know. There's always going to be one who says that no, it should be free. But anyway, let me know what you think there. Okay, everyone, says Sunil, I have to head out and about for my last day in Portugal. Yeah, sorry to keep you. Hoping to be back here permanently in April, May 2022. Boa sorte. Have a great day. Bon dia to you, Sunil. Thank you for being part of the fun this morning. Really appreciate your company. And we will go to Deagle's house before we finish today in the spirit of lighting up Christmas. I'm so confused right now. What am I watching? Which bit was that? Was that was that the gum? Was that the Gavatar idea? I think it probably was, wasn't it? And this is where we got to in our comments. Vegan fish at Kong is made from celery root. My goodness, that sounds interesting. I'd give that a go. Vegan fish equals origami. Oh, what? But they did not have malt vinegar. Boo! You've got to have the malt vinegar, haven't you? That's a very British tradition, I think, there, Thunder. Or is that an American thing as well, I wonder, malt vinegar? Have you not found it yet? We can do it. A gumpatar. That's the way forward. It's not a gavatar, it's a gumpatar. And in case you didn't see that bit of the show, the new gumpatar was trialed in Lisbon last night, and it was a very successful experiment. My gumpatar, you can see here, is having a drink, and I didn't feel any effects whatsoever from the alcohol. So I was able to socialize, have a drink, hang out with people, as you can see here, with Thunder, Mrs. Duck, me there in a very nicely placed at the top. Thank you for that, for giving me that commanding position at the table. Jay and Diane and Sunil here as well, eating vegan fish and chips. And for me, I didn't put any weight on. I could have vegan fish and chips. I could drink, and no drunkenness, no extra calories. Quite amazing. So Gumpatar, quick, get that to the patent office, please. Thunder, we're going to be rich this time next year, and people will, if you want to order your Gumpatar, please do that through Thunder Duck this morning. Just make your order, just deposit 999 euros into the Thunder's PayPal account, please. Supposedly, Amsterdammers are such good English speakers because broadcasts routinely are in English with Nederlandish subtitles. Says Ubinum there. Interesting. Okay. Thunder Duck. About the origami, there are two vegan places in LA. One is sushi and one is Thai, and they are better than the animalized ones. Animalized. I've never heard that as a description of diet. I have an animalized diet. So the kids grow up with a lot of exposure, although I don't know if they still have TVs over there. That's to the English language, isn't it? Rather than the Omicron virus. I'm thinking that was a different part of the conversation. I'm so confused right now. What am I watching? Lol. Me too, says Michelle. This has been a mixed bag this morning, isn't it? Joao talking to the prof. So at the time, sea travels were much slower. They sailed away on the 30th of November and arrive next year in 1808. Very good. And we played you the reel, didn't we? Beautiful video. Yours are really good too. Oh, cheers, Jim. Yeah, they're not in that league, though. Look at that. Francis soaking up a bit of glory this morning, quite rightly, too. Well done, Francis. Mia! And yes, the offer for Mia, let me just pop that for you again in case people are umming and ahhing about that, aren't they? $1,200 worth of value slashed in half for Black Friday. Should I, shouldn't I? Check it out for yourself with the link. If you could cut and paste that wholesale, that would help everybody concerned. But there you go. Consider it for yourself if you want to make a considered decision. The link is there to do so. And Rebel Mama asking France, is that yours? I'm from LA with lots of industry friends. Hubby is a filmmaker, producer, editor, and X was a prop master art director. Great reel in capitals there. So and from somebody who knows. What if the course takes me longer than 6 months? You get I was going to say you get your bottom smacked. Would that have been I didn't actually say it. So would that be inappropriate? I wonder. I don't know is the actual answer to that, Thunder. But obviously, some people will, if they get their bottom smacked, will definitely sign up and then not do it in 6 months. I will try to do 30 to 60 minutes of Portuguese almost every day. I am determined. I do not countenance bottom smacking in any capacity unless it is between consenting adults. I have enrolled, and I wish I hadn't said that now. I'm enrolled in this course and finding it wonderfully helpful in my learning of Portuguese. And even so, you might not have had the 50% discount. You're still loving it. And you have direct contact with Mia. She always gets back to you personally. Love it, says James. Okay, so there's a testimonial. Once paid for, it's yours. Okay, it's not retracted in 6 months, which might have been the concern there. Thanks to the Rebel Mama. It's my stuff, says Francis. Morning from the Dougie. This morning, hello, mate. How are you? You are watching people of this wonderful community interacting, talking to each other and communicating among themselves is what you are watching, you two. Plus some strange content on the screen. The Gumpatar registered trademark was launched. You'll remember this. You can tell your grandchildren you were here on this morning. Good morning to all in Portugal. I'm still here in England. Still there. Zay, how are you? Michael Whitby's photos are from Matacaish. near Torres Vedras. Thank you, Catherine, for that. Let me just show them again quickly. Thank goodness you're there. I couldn't crank up me WhatsApp to do that, but you've done it for me. Really appreciate that, Catherine. That's beautiful. Torres Vedras there, not the Bairrada at all. And lovely autumnal colours. Torres Vedras, everybody, in case you've ever wondered, that's what it looks like. Certainly parts of it do, with a bit of wind action on the hills there. Very good, Torres Vedras. Okay, Antonio, James, all still here this morning. Gemini's joined him as well. Good morning to you, Gemini. Thanks for your kind comments about our Saturday night show. It was a lot of fun. Mrs. M back in the groove with me on a Saturday evening. Dougie saying, I wrote an article in the Portugal News about Portugal to UK and UK to Portugal travel protocols. That was 3 weeks ago. Now it's all changed again. And I dare say next week it might change again too, Doug. It's just such a bore, isn't it? It was great being able to fly and only have to take one test. Now we are slowly slipping back to the multiple testing scenario. Yeah, you'll only need 7 tests plus your weekly booster. It'll be fine. Once again, the cost of testing costing more than our flights. Boo! Later, peeps. Rebel Mama's had enough. I think she's off. But see you later. Khadija, thank you very much for joining in this morning. Really appreciate your company. Thanks, I'm sold. That was about Serenity, I believe. Okay, so we would talk to Serenity as well. And yesterday's track, yes, was the Faija de Jazz Funk de Dia was Foxy Mademoiselle. Many a great night was had in my youth at university dancing to this track. Nice one, Chris. Well done. And that is a collaborative playlist on Spotify. Wow, this health stuff sounds really complicated. What are you doing? Your James Brown impersonation there, Dougie? Wow, this health stuff sounds really complicated in Portugal. Serenity sounds essential. Yep, that's why we share them with you. I think it looks like they're doing a good job for people there. Okay, everyone. So Sunil is out. We read that one. Joao. Just lacking information at this time about the new variant. The fact that in Portugal, the number of new infections has increased about 85% and the number of severe cases about 60%. Oh, dear. Natalie Gray, bon dia from Tamar. Good morning to you, Natalie. Did hear about the new variant, though. It's one of those special illnesses where there are no symptoms and you barely know you've got it. Funny, those ones, aren't they? Farewell until tomorrow, everyone, from Michelle. See you there. So they're dropping like flies. We're going to be out of here soon. I like Jim's Gumpeter. I think that's right, James. And I think Thunder's probably written that down. I did find malt vinegar at Flavours in Lisbon. You have to take your own along to that vegan restaurant, possibly. No harm in going carefully about the new variant. Yep, I've obviously got to strike a balance as well. We've got to live our lives and light up Christmas as well. I'm not having it dimming the spirit, though. You do what you want practically, logistically, but I am not standing for it dimming the spirits of this community. Okay, I draw the line there. Caraway seeds, Thunder. Did you find them? Yes. Okay, no caraway seeds yet. Can anyone help Thunder with these caraway seeds? What's in it for me? Caraway seeds, probably tiny little things. Is that the one? Are those the ones that get stuck in your scouring pad? Is Krampus a thing anywhere in Portugal? Yes, but I think you can get a cream for it over here. Ubi ominum. If not, it should be. Oh, I see. Maybe I've misunderstood that then. And it kind of looks like the slug was shouting out Mia's name. Oh, I see. Right. Gotcha there. And probably was indeed. I don't know if she does courses for slugs. It's probably a really slow course, isn't it? The slug version is 6 years and not 6 months, obviously. We wanted the caraway seeds to make sauerkraut, but since found good sauerkraut at 2 stores. Keeping it in the economy, very good. Salero, very good for all those sorts of things and your whole foods and your natural foods and remedies and products. Salero, very good chain here in Portugal. And at El Corte Inglés, I've never been there. I do want to go there sometime. I think we're going to have an early finish because, my goodness, we packed a lot in this morning. Apart from a quick visit now, lighting up Christmas. Do you know what? I need to do this. I need to make a banner so that we can really get cracking with this. But which on this Portuguese keyboard is a hashtag? It's all right. I found it, everybody. I don't need any tuition on that. Do you remember last time when I was trying to get an accent on me A? That was really helpful and interesting. It was truly helpful. Alt-gur. I was driven to grrring before I could do it. So light up Christmas. That's the little bit we're going to do. Like I said before, I am not letting the spirits of people be dimmed by this experience that we're going through in the world. That is physical, logistical, rational, all that sort of stuff where all the disagreements take place. The human spirit, in that we can find oneness and unity, and I will not let it be dimmed, okay? I'm thinking, what can I do about all of this? And this is what I can do. on this platform is share the light. Literally, the sunlight, the Christmas lights, the light of the human spirit, soul, compassion, whatever you want to call it, joy, love, and the what better time to do it than the darkness of this time of year as we see the light return. So, okay, let us do that. Light up Christmas, everybody. She's fed up with the cold over there. Taxi too. He's not gone out this morning. I called him. He stayed perched on the back of his couch. You know it's cold when the dog doesn't want to go out. Taxi, come on. Get yourself out there. Get some fresh air, buddy. Okay, let's go and have a look at Deagle's house. Very kindly. Oh, a couple that we showed before. There's Caldash Christmas lights. I'll be repeating myself with this. Don't you worry. And there is Alcabasa looking real pretty. Go to the Christmas message, and I will segment Thunder's wonderful video of the Lisbon lights. You'll see that as a standalone video in due course with the Christmas tune from Warren as well. That's where you'll get a sneak preview before its proper launch at the Christmas party on the 16th. But it's available on the internet now. Check out my Christmas message. And let's go now, shall we, to Deagle's house in Belfast. Very kindly. Look at that. That is a scene that many of us would like to recreate, right? A warm fire, lovely open and real fire in the hearth there. Looking beautiful. Let me take the banner out of the way for just a moment while we enjoy this. Probably have to make that a scrolling banner, won't I? And send in your pics, everybody, for this purpose. Look at that tree. It's beautiful. Great job. The Minister of Home Affairs took care of that, I think, at the Deagle household, at Casa Deagle. There's an elf not on a shelf. That elf has slid down the banister, and that's going to be painful. Sliding down the banister over a load of Christmas lights. But it's looking so festive already in Belfast over at Deagle's house. Thank you so much. And a little feature, a little ornament that's beautifully lit and so festive and natally. Is that the right adjective? It's not natal, is it? But that's what his world's about, is the natal world. There's old Deagle there doing great work. And here is Deagle's mug, I think, his special Christmas mug that comes out this time of year. Nice cup of tea there. Maybe even a bit of the old Glühwein or something like that already in that mug. You can't fool us, Deagle. There's probably some booze in there, isn't there? Some festive booze as you sit there and roast your nuts in front of the open fire. Fabulous. Thank you so much. Don't forget to buy your new, make an advance order at our crowdfunder for the new Gumpatar. You can actually probably play that like an air guitar as well, can't you? You could strum my hooter. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. With that particular device, you can use it vertically or horizontally as a guitar as well. The Gumpatar, there's another application for it. The many applications, incredible technology launched here on the Good Morning Portugal show. Thank you so much, you guys. I was going to call you lot, and you know I mean that very affectionately. Have a great day, folks, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Michael Heron is going to be here. Heronius Maximus will be among us with his guide to which football team you should choose, because you need to be following a football team. All very well to follow the national team and maybe the national team from your old place, but you need to know a little bit about football here if you're going to integrate properly. And Michael's going to be here to help you choose the right football team wherever you happen to live in Portugal. I'm looking forward to it already. I'll see you then. Ciao, ciao. Bye for now. Have a great day. Bye.